Hi everyone, this is Sharan here. Welcome to my channel. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 inspiring stories of people who got successful in data science. Inspiration helps us a lot in breaking down the self-imposed barriers that we have for ourselves. It not only gives us the confidence, but also it gives us the motivation that is required to pursue a long journey. A lot of people reach me on LinkedIn and other platform, ask me for support and guidance to start their career in data science. A lot of them have self-doubt. They asked me various questions like whether they have the ability to be successful in data science. They asked me whether they have the skill set that is required for a data scientist. I understand all these are very honest questions that they want to understand before starting a long journey. So whenever people ask me all these questions, I try to point them into a direction of an inspiring story of someone coming from a similar background and who is successful in data science. It actually helps them a lot in improving their confidence and pursuing a journey. I have been reading through a lot of inspiring stories on YouTube, podcast, and various blogs. And for this video today, I have identified 5 my favorite inspiring stories of people who came from a non-programming background, a non-technical background, and have been successful in data science. I'm going to share all those 5 stories, but before getting into the 5 stories, what I'm going to do is based on my experience of going through all these inspiring journeys, I have identified distinctive patterns that were present in almost all of these journeys. So I'm going to share what were those characteristics that I found common in almost all of these inspiring journeys. And then I will be sharing those 5 journeys of people who got successful in data science. And finally, I will end the video with the 10 tips to start your career in data science. So before starting the video, like if you like any part of this particular video, if you like any particular story, please provide it in the comment. It helps a lot in growing my channel and reaching a lot more people. And also, if you like what I'm doing here, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So now let's get into the topic. The one trait that I found in almost all the inspiring journeys were willingness of people to learn to code. Programming is really important for a successful career in data science. Almost all the phases of a data science project requires programming, right from collecting the data from different sources, performing the data analysis, extracting the insights, building the models, evaluating the model performance, everything requires programming. So if you want to be a successful data scientist, it is required for you to learn to code. While looking for inspiring stories, like I was specifically looking for people coming from non-programming as well as non-technical background, because I felt that itself is more inspiring, right? So all these people who came from non-technical background, non-programming background, they were willing to put in the effort that is required to learn to code. Almost all of them had zero experience in coding, but they were able to learn to code because they were willing to learn to code in the first place. They were not intimidated by the complex title notebooks that were present. They understood that they have a long journey to travel, and then they were willing to put in the effort that is required, and they had the patience until they acquired all the required knowledge. So programming is something that can be a showstopper. Many people who are very passionate about data science, but they dropped their plans about a career in data science because they understood or because they thought that programming is something that is not for them. I can say that the programming skill set can be acquired by anyone. You don't need to have any inborn skill set. The only thing is it should be learned in the right way. That's the only factor. For example, if I take Python can be used for a number of purposes. It can be used for an website development. It can be used for an application development. It can be used by a data scientist. It can be used for data analysis and model building. It can be used by a data engineering to build the data pipelines. So it can be used for multiple purposes. It's one language, but it can be used for multiple purposes. So if you want to learn a programming language for a specific purpose, you need to have a goal for it. You need to understand what you want to achieve, and hence you can learn the programming language. If you just blindly go and try to learn Python without having a proper objective, then you will go for all the places and you won't be ending up learning the required skill set. What I understand is, based on my experience, learning to code is something that's very important, and if you don't do it in the right way, it is enough to bring your motivation down to stop you from pursuing a career in data science. If you believe that you don't have the ability to learn to code, check out my video attached on the top. It helps in providing you a path to learn to code for data science. It exactly tells you how you need to learn to code for data science. It can be very helpful for specifically people coming from non-programming background. The second trait that I found in all these inspiring stories were all of those people were signing up for various courses in data science. They understood that signing up for various courses provides them a structured way to learn data science, and they were all signing up for not just one course but multiple courses. So there were two distinctive patterns that I found. Like some people were going for various courses that were self-paced, that were not time bound, and then there were other people on the other hand, they were going for various courses that were time bound, that which needs to be completed within certain limit, like to certain weeks or certain time period. Both of them are very useful. That if you are going for an self-paced, that if you want to learn on your own terms, I would strongly recommend that you need to have some kind of a goal and plans and trackers to ensure that you are on track. As a popular quote says, like the what expands to the time available. Like if you don't give an enough time for learning data science, then you will definitely not find the time to learn data science anyway. So it is required for you to set and goal for you, like what you want to learn in just 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and 4 weeks down the lane. What you want to achieve, like what is your end goal, like by when you want to achieve your end goal, like how much time you want to give yourself towards it. So all these are really important. About the process that these people were going through, like one common factor that I have noticed was all these people took almost a very similar journey. They all started with learning to code. They either started with Python or R, and then they learned about like the data analysis that is required for data science, and then they learned various topics like SQL, stats, maths that is required for data science, and finally all the algorithms that is required for them to learn and trying out all those algorithms. So this was the path that were taken by almost all those people who were successful in finally finding a career in data science. If you are coming from a non-programming background and you want to have a structured path to learn data science, I will attach a video on the top as well as will provide in the description, which will help you to understand like what are all the various things that you have to learn, like how you have to learn in order to become a data scientist. Some of the popular courses that I have identified based on reading all these inspiring stories were, in order to learn to code, like some common places were Codecademy, DataCamp, and HackerRank. All these three were popular, having used by multiple people. And to learn SQL, the two places were Mode as well as Learn SQL. For stats, Khan Academy seems to be the best one, and there is a course on statistics and probability, which had been like sought by most people who are trying to learn the stats and mathematics required for data science. In order to learn mathematics that is required for data science, there is a course called Math for Data Science Specialization by HSC University, which seems to be quite popular among many people. So if you are looking for all these, the link to all these courses, don't worry about all those things. I will be providing you all the link that is required in the description. So you can just listen to me and you can refer to those links when you want to. And to learn about data analysis, there is a course called Data Analysis using Python, which is quite popular. And regarding the machine learning algorithms, like the popular courses were, of course, the most popular one was Andrew Ng's course. Like more than 5 million people had been enrolled for this particular course. And then there is a course by IBM, which seems to be very popular as well. And then there is a course by the University of Michigan for data science specialization, which is quite popular as well. The third trait that I found in almost all these inspiring journeys were having a growth mindset. All these people had a positive attitude towards what they want to learn. They never said they don't have the ability to learn to code. They never said that they don't understand a they can't understand a mathematical concept, or they can't understand the statistics that is required. They all had a positive attitude, and they all had a positive attitude towards something that they want to learn, something that they want to achieve. Many of these people who eventually found success in data science had a lot of failure initially when they started to learn to code or learn data science. They had many failure in interviews that they attended. They ran into various issues when they were trying to program or when they're trying to work on a particular project. but all of them had the patience, and they had the positive attitude in order to pursue and to learn all those concepts, to overcome all those failures, to overcome all those issues that they had. So having a growth mindset is definitely an important characteristic for being successful in data science. The fourth important characteristics that I found common in all the journeys were people were providing the importance for networking. Networking is really important for a career in data science. Getting your first job in data science can be very difficult. A lot of jobs in data science are fulfilled using the employee referral program. So having a good professional network will help a lot in getting a right job for you in data science. There are so many people who are trying to pursue a career in data science, who are trying to break through into data science. Like as I said, almost 5 million people who have enrolled for the machine learning course by Andrew Ng. There are more than 5 million people who have registered on Tidal. There are so many people out there who want to get into data science, and hence if you want to be successful, you need to have something extra. Like having a good professional network can be really helpful in helping you to get your first job in data science. There are various options. Like some of those options that were commonly used were, of course, the meetups. Many of these people were going for meetups just to increase their knowledge, as well as to meet new people and increase their professional network. They were going for various data science events, like the events that are being conducted by many big companies, and the events that generally happen in big cities. And many of these people were willing to send out an invite on LinkedIn to a total stranger to get to know about someone who is in data science, who is working in data science. They were even willing to search for people coming from similar background and have been successful in data science, and getting to know about them. So all these are something that is very important, like to help to build your professional network, which eventually plays an important role in your data science career. So these were the four important characteristics that I found almost in all those inspiring journeys. So now let's get into those 5 inspiring journeys and learn about each one of those 5 journeys to understand and to see how it can be helpful for you, and how and which one can be more motivating for yourself, where you can relate yourself more as compared to other stories. So let's go through the 5 inspiring journeys of people who eventually found success in data science. So all these stories that I'm going to share today are available in public domain. Like they are either available as blog, podcast, or YouTube videos. I will be providing the link to the original source so that you can refer to those links and understand about the full journey. So let's go into those inspiring journeys. The first one on the list is Kate's journey into data science, coming from a PhD in neuroscience. So Kate has a PhD in neuroscience. She has various technical skills that is required for data science in terms of research. The one thing that she was lacking a lot was like the practical exposure as well as coding. Like she had no coding skills, and she started with the online platform like Codecademy, which is a web-based platform that is easy to learn programming. You don't have to install any tools that is required. All you need to have is a browser, and then you can learn to code. And after completing it, Kate enrolled for a lot of other data science courses. Like she started learning about various topics that is required for data science, and it took her about 6 months from no coding experience to become a data scientist. This is a very inspiring story. If you want to learn more about this inspiring story, I will provide the link in the description. You can have a read about her story, and you can maybe relate it to yourself if you are coming from a similar background. The second inspiring story is Kelly's story in data science, like how she found her dream job in data science. So Kelly has a bachelor's degree in economics from China, and she moves to US for her master's degree in business administration. Like as you see the profile, she has zero coding skills, like coming from economics as in the business administration background. She has no exposure to programming. So after an unsatisfying job stint, she decides to pursue a career in data science. So she wanted to enroll for the Galvanize Data Science Immersive program, which is a very popular program for data scientists, and it's quite competitive too. It's quite difficult to get into the program. And she had almost 4 failures, and she was able to be successful in her 5th attempt. So it's quite an inspiring journey about like how she was able to learn all the things that is required to be a successful data scientist. It took her about almost 495 job applications and 6 months to find her dream job. This is definitely an inspiring journey. If you are interested more about Kelly's journey, refer to the link that is provided in the description and read more about her journey. The third inspiring journey is Sarita's journey from chemical engineering to data science. So Sarita has a bachelor's, master's and PhD in chemical engineering, and she eventually finds her passion in data science, and she was willing to restart her career in data science. That was quite inspiring for me. Someone who is having a lot of experience, who is willing to restart her career from scratch. From Sarita's journey, I understand that she had enrolled for a 12-week data science program that really helped her to learn all the basic concepts that is required for data science. So apart from all the other self-learning, so this particular course helped her in getting an internship job position at a particular company, and she was able to perform well in the company to eventually get a permanent role. So it is a quite inspiring journey. It is kind of an interview conversation between two persons. I have provided the link in the description. Have a look into it. The fourth inspiring journey is about the LinkedIn influencer Nick Ryan, whose journey into data science. So Nick Ryan initially wanted a career in professional basketball, and later he finds interest in statistics. That's quite interesting story. So initially when he started his career, it used to be a 2-hour commute both in the morning as well as the evening. So he used those 2 hours to learn programming, learn various data science concepts as well as algorithm, everything that is required to become a data scientist. It is a very interesting journey where he shares a lot of tips and strategies in order to find and in order to be successful in data science. Definitely have a look into it. I will provide the link in the description and you can have a read about it. The fifth inspiring story is about Rutger. So Rutger is from Netherlands, who was doing his second master's in communication strategy, and when he was looking for his thesis, which was on social media strategy for music industry, he got introduced to one paper about like how Twitter can be used to extract various tweets and how sentiment analysis can be performed on all those tweets. So that's when he got interested into data science. He started learning more about data science. He started learning about various data science topics, and he eventually, when he completed his second master's program, he learned all the concepts, everything that is required for data science, and he eventually got a job in data science. So when initially he wanted to learn to code, when he was speaking to one of his professors, when his professor asked him for his favorite language, he responded that English is his favorite language. So that's how much knowledge that Rutger was having in the programming field. But now eventually he found success in data science. So that's a quite inspiring journey for someone who's coming from a totally non-programming background to learn everything that is required for data science. So these are all 5 inspiring stories. You can have a read about all of them. will provide the link to all those stories in the description, so you can get your motivation that is required to pursue a career in data science. So now coming to the last part of the video, the 10 tips that I want to give to people who want to start their career in data science. The number one advice that I want to give to people who want to pursue a career in data science, who want to learn everything that is required in data science, is to have a goal, have a plan, and track your plan. If you don't have a goal, then you will be lost. Data science is definitely a complex field. There are so many different things that you have to learn. So you need to have a structured learning path to be successful. The second one is choosing the right course that is suitable for you. There are a ton of resources that are available to learn data science. There are so many courses that are out there to learn data science. But the problem of this is, like, if you choose something that is quite complex for yourself, if you are choosing something that is not suitable for yourself, then that will be sufficient to bring your motivation down. So it is really important for you to identify the right course that is required based on your skill set, based on your background, that will help you to learn everything that is required for data science. So choose the right course that is most suitable for you. The third advice that I would give people is that you need to identify people coming from similar background like yours and who were eventually successful in data science. That helps a lot in understanding what would be your core strength, what would be the areas where you need to focus on. It helps a lot. For example, people coming from an research background, if you talk to other people who came from your similar background and eventually very successful in data science, that helps a lot in understanding about your strengths as well as your weaknesses. Maybe research area would be one of your strengths. That would be some weaknesses like practical exposure. So you need to understand from people coming from a similar background to learn what would be your strength and what would be your weakness where you need to focus on. That helps a lot in finding the job in data science. The next one is for people, so this one is for people coming from an non-data science background who have experience in an industry which is not related to data science. So if you want to get into data science, all I would say is you need to leverage your current experience. For example, let's say you have some experience in retail sales and you want to pursue a career in data science. You need to leverage your experience in retail sales. That would have given you a huge knowledge about the various consumers, about the behavior of consumers. So you need to use this knowledge and then maybe find a job in retail analytics. There are a lot of retail companies who are looking for data scientists, so that will be a right place for you. So all of you guys who have a non-data science experience, try to leverage that experience. That will help you to differentiate among the other people. The next one is, do not apply for your dream job right away. There are many companies who have policies like if they reject you, like you can't apply to those jobs for at least next few months. So when you want to have a career in data science, like if you have a dream company or a dream job, do not apply for all those companies right away. Wait for enough time, like to try to have some experience, some interview experience, see how much knowledge you have, how well you are performing in those interviews, and then once you have enough confidence, then apply for your dream job. The next one is subscribe to the tech blogs. It helps in improving your knowledge, which is really important for data science. You need to constantly learn something new. By subscribing to various tech blogs, it helps a lot in improving your knowledge. Then the other one is having a mentor. Having a mentor gives you direct access to the professional network of your mentor. It gives you access to the learnings based on the experience of the mentor. So it will definitely help you to stand out. It will give you enough experience or enough knowledge that are generally gained after a few years of experience. The eighth one is, do not just rely on the various courses that you are signing up for. So learning data science is quite a long journey. There are a number of topics, so you need to enroll for quite a number of courses, and you should not stop in just enrolling for those courses or learning from those courses. You need to gain practical knowledge, as much practical knowledge as possible, which can be gained through various projects. You need to learn data science by implementing various projects. That helps a lot in understanding various concepts. That helps a lot in understanding various issues that comes up while implementing a particular data science problems. So definitely signing up to the courses are important, but it is more important for you to gain the practical exposure by learning by doing the projects. If you want to understand like how you can learn data science by doing a project, I will attach a video on the top as well as in the description that will help you to learn data science by doing projects. The ninth one is having learning buddies. It is strongly recommended that you have a learning buddy in order to learn data science. If you have someone with whom you can learn data science, kind of a partner, it will help a lot in discussing various complex data science concepts. While you discuss these complex concepts, it will help in better understanding those concepts. It will help you to talk about various difficult topics in data science. It will help in better understanding. So having a learning buddy is definitely a good thing in order to learn data science. It will help you to fast track your learning. And finally, the 10th one is you need to learn to promote about your work. You need to write about what you are doing. You need to either have a blog, or maybe you can use Kaggle platform where you can share your learnings to other people. That helps a lot in improving your knowledge. That will help in creating a brand image for yourself, which is quite important for a career in data science. So these are all the tips that is required for you to pursue a career in data science and be successful in data science. I hope you have learned something new of this video. If you have learned something new, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you think this video can be helpful to any of your friends, please share it with them as well. If there was any specific part of this particular video where you were able to relate something to yourself, if there was an inspiring story that was very close to you, please provide it in the comment. Please share your views as well in the comment. That helps the other people as well. and that helps a lot me personally in order to make sure that my video reaches a lot of other people on YouTube. So that's it for now, and see you in another video. Bye until then.